6:05, and we're here with Coach Tim Muller of the U.S. Olympic curling team in Sioux Falls. Now, what brought you to Sioux Falls?
The company I work for, L&M Radiator, has a plant in Yankton, and I try to make, visits down here 2-3 times a week or 2-3 times a year. And it just happened to work out that this week there's curling on down here.
Well, amen for that. We're really happy about that.
It's fun.
So tell me, how did you get involved in curling yourself?
It was a high school sport when I was in high school many years ago. And when you grow up on the iron range, you learn really quick that you can't play hockey. So my dad said I had to do something, and I lived a block and a half from the curling club, and I went down 7th grade and started curling.
Wow, well, there aren't a lot of high school curling programs around here.
And there aren't in Minnesota anymore either. 77 was the last year of high school curling there, but then it grew into the junior program, and it's still pretty active.
Now, it's growing here in South Dakota. We have a few curling clubs, and I think it's going to take off more and more. What do you think are the key elements for curling to grow?
Enthusiasm. Having fun, getting membership out, showing the public that how fun it is. Curling is a great social event. It's not so much as competitive, and the social aspect of it is what brings a lot of people into it.
Well, and from watching the curling in the Olympics, it appears that it's quite a fashion statement as well.
Well, I guess so. We actually had an official tell our lead on our Olympic curling team he could not wear the Nike belt buckle because the insignia was a little bit too big. And I asked the official, really? You're going to let the Norwegians on with those pants, and he can't be on the ice with this belt buckle?
Yeah, those pants were a little bit big in the pattern, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Well, I think it adds a little more fun and excitement to the sport, actually, to have that unique look.
That unique look, yes. And they have all different styles, from paisleys to their Norwegian flag, and we focus on the curling, not on the pants.
So, speaking of focusing on the curling, are there many college curling programs across the country?
College curling's getting bigger and bigger. They do have a college championship now, and it's growing in popularity as an intramural sport. But there's also the World University Games, which is very big internationally. The U.S. has several teams. John Schuster actually was on one of the teams that won the gold medal for the U.S. several years ago. And the University Games, it's not just curling, it's a lot of other sports too, winter sports. And on the curling event side, we see a lot of junior champions and world champions. And this year at the University Games, there were some Olympic team members for different countries.
So it continues to grow.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the junior aspects of curling, if you would.
We like to get the kids involved early. Middle school, high school, 7th, 8th grade is when they really have enough body weight to throw a 42-pound rock down the ice. But even younger kids, I work with the junior program in Hibbing, and we have young kids that can't throw it all the way down. We'll bring the rocks outside of the hog line and just let them throw back into the ring, so they get the feel of, everybody likes to throw rocks at houses.
Sure, and that's one of my favorite phrases for Sioux Falls curling here.
Sure, that's right.
So the junior curling is completely different than junior hockey, age-wise.
Yes. Junior hockey is broken up into all the different levels. Junior curling is not. Junior curling is from whenever they can start up to 21.
Okay, so that does make a difference there.
Yes. Now Canada does have some U18 programs, so you're not, which is nicer for some of these high school kids. They're not playing against the 20, 21-year-olds all the time. They're playing more age-appropriate U18.
That helps to have that more adjusted. So what are some fun terms in curling that most of us aren't aware of that are outside the curling circles?
Hurry hard, sweep.
What does hurry hard mean?
If you need to sweep, the skip will yell and scream, hurry, sweep hard, hurry hard. You hear the people on TV yelling all the time. For me as a sweeper, having somebody yell at me isn't going to make me sweep any harder.
It's just one way for the fans to get involved, though, right?
That's right.
And with any sport in America, fans have got to get involved somehow.
They have to get involved, and we're getting more and more curling on TV, which is going to help too.
So, and are there specific channels and stations that are carrying more curling?
NBC Sports Network is, ESPN3 on the internet has been carrying some of the Canadian curling.
What would be your advice to the curling programs in South Dakota to help them get things moving along further?
Boy, it sounds like at least here they're doing a very good job. They got interest, they're keeping it fun. You know, they're attracting a lot of new members. They need ice time.
Yeah, and fortunately, we're getting to have more ice available across the state.
And that helps.
It definitely does.
Yes.
So now, I know that there's wheelchair curling.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about how that works?
I know a little bit about it. I met some of the curling, wheelchair curling people at the White House visit. They don't do any sweeping. They have one person, the skip, at the far end that holds the broom. The thrower has a stick and is in the other side, and then the other two curlers pull their wheelchairs up behind and lock them so that the thrower doesn't slide backwards when he pushes the rock off.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it would have to be a little bit different, but what a great opportunity for people in a wheelchair to get some winter activity going.
Yes, excellent opportunity.
Now, going back to some of the terms, hurry, sweep. There's also house. Can you explain what the house is?
The house is the rings or the target. It's a 12-foot circle, and it's broken up into usually different colors for 12-foot, 8-foot, 4-foot, and then the very center is the button.
The bullseye is the button?
Bullseye is the button,
okay.
Yep.
And the goal is to get yours as close to the button as possible?
As close to the button as possible without another opponent rock between you and the button. Okay. So once, it's kind of like horseshoes, as many horseshoes you have closest, once the opponent's rock is closer, that'll outcount the rest of yours. So
that would probably be, I hadn't thought about that, but horseshoes is probably the closest comparison we can come up with.
Horseshoes maybe, I don't know if anybody knows what bocce ball is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Up on the range we play a lot of bocce ball.
Okay.
Same idea.
All right.
Close to the Polino.
Well, do you think that high school curling might be coming back at any time in Minnesota? Has there been any discussion about that?
I don't know if it'll make it in Minnesota as much because of some of the rules and regulations they have for playing in school and outside competition at the same time. So Minnesota has some rules against that. So you couldn't play in a high school sport and then the men's league or the women's league during the season. But I do see more and more high school clubs starting, which and then the high schools then can award letters as a club level. Well, it's a fun sport. We're really excited to see the growth of it here in Sioux Falls and across South Dakota, and are thrilled that you can come and join us. Any last words of advice you have for anyone out there that might be thinking about trying curling? Give it a shot. Have fun. It's not as easy as the guys make it look on TV. Like I say, you have to give yourself some time to get comfortable on the ice, but it's a great sport, and it's a lifetime sport. Yeah, that's one thing we've noticed. People are playing it for a long time. Yeah, even old guys like me. All right. Well, thanks so much, Coach, for taking time with us at Curling 605. Our first launch of the whole site is this interview today, so we appreciate you helping us launch it. Very cool. Thank you.